Good morning. Oh, a basketball. Good morning. I was not planning to make a video about the coronavirus, but people have been asking, so here it is. I'm Miriam and I live in Qinghai province, which is a northwestern province in China. I live in a small village, so I think it's a little different from the bigger cities here. And since you asked, I will let you know a little bit what it's like. But many people have also asked if we're fine, and we are. We're all fine. And yes, that's it. There have been 6 confirmed cases, or that was the case a couple of days ago. There might be a lot more now. And there's a rumor that there have been like thousands of people who came back from Wuhan for Chinese New Year before the roadblock or before the travel ban. So we don't know if that's true or not, and that's the case with a lot of things. There are a lot of rumors going on, but I will let you know what we do here and what it's like, and yeah, what we do to stay safe. I also asked on Instagram if people had questions, so I will get to those questions in the end. But for now, we are in my husband's hometown, in his village, the whole family, and well, since the outbreak we haven't really left the house. Only a few times for like buying some vegetables or something. This is probably going to be the only video I make about this virus. It's probably not going to change so much around here, but if things change or escalate, probably we'll make another update. But if you want to watch more videos about the coronavirus, about people who live in China, I'm thinking I'll make a little playlist down below from other people in China that I know of who have made videos. And I know one girl is making like daily vlogs, so if you're interested in that, you can check out their videos instead. I have a fabric mask that is not a medical mask. I don't even know if it protects at all, but I guess it's better than nothing because all the masks in the village are sold out. This is quite a small village, but there's still a lot of people. I think it's like in total, there are like little parts of the village, but in total I think it's almost 5,000 people in the village. So there are shops and there are like medical centers, and they are all sold out of masks, and as far as we know also of hand disinfectant, which kind of sucks because this is like all the hand disinfectant we have left. Like it's not very much still. So, but then we don't leave it very often, so I'm hopefully we'll be fine. 你为什么不戴口罩？
没有口罩，我找了很多没找到，但是我现在在网上买了18个是288。
卖了12个吧？
我12个是192。
对，
我就发现12个是199。
然后他们2月份20几号发是吧
？2月12号发。
2月12号哦，那好一点。 但是还要等2个星期。那现在我们要去买韭菜，也看一下，因为路上不能走。
路分了，我们村路分掉了，用那个大的垃圾箱把所有村口的路都分了。
Yeah, so they blocked off the roads, so like you can't get in or out of the village anymore. They placed like big containers as roadblocks and kind of just to stop people from moving about, and if somebody has the virus it won't spread. So this is actually the case in a lot of villages in China, and I've seen a lot of friends for Chinese New Year as well that they can't move in between the different villages and in between the cities and stuff. So it's a lot of roadblocks, a lot of travel bans, and yeah, the governments are trying, like, yeah, they're doing all they can to just stop people from moving, because that's what people do during Chinese New Year. They go and move around a lot, so that would be very dangerous. It would be very easy for the virus to spread. actually not closed off the big road, but they closed off the little road here, this big container, to this part of the village, and then there's a bigger road, and if you go up this road behind me here, is a big road, you'll come to other parts of the village. But my husband says a lot of them are closed off, so like you can go on the big roads, but like you can't go into the villages. So
그거 요.
아, 뭐야?
뭐 이마.
그거 수도 뭐야?
내가 휴두이라.
이모야.
나 이모.
So this is a little funny. We went into the little like medicine shop and we like asked if they had quota, if they had masks. He's like, no, we don't have any masks. And we're like, oh, they're all sold out. And he's like, no, actually we never sold them at all. So yeah, the little place though where you go and get your vaccines and things, they don't have it. The streets in the village are a little less populated. Like a lot of people keep inside. There are more people wearing face masks, but not all of us. Like not everyone wears face mask, and there are roadblocks not on the main street that goes like through all the villages, but on all the village streets you can't like enter into the village. So what we're doing is staying at home, washing our hands more often. That's what they say you should do, and yeah, luckily, like I'd say one of the big differences from living in a big city is that a lot of people, Chinese people in the big cities, they are leaving the cities for Chinese New Year, so they have very little food at home, and that's why you can see a lot of video footage of crowded supermarkets. But if you're in the village, in a village in China, it's probably going to be the opposite. So we have actually a lot of food because it's Chinese New Year. So before Chinese New Year we buy loads of food and vegetables, so we'll be fine. We don't really need to buy anything, although we did go out and buy Chinese chives just because it's tasty and we didn't have any left. But yeah, we don't really need to leave the house. I think we can last for, you know, a month or two without leaving the house. And my sister-in-law, she is not going back to work, and all the schools are pushed, so they, I don't know if it's a week or 2 weeks, and that's for now, so it might be like they might have an even longer holiday, and that's basically what it's like here. So like I said, I asked on Instagram if people had any questions about this, and this is just like how we experience it here. I am not very well informed, to be honest, about the coronavirus, but so Bonnie Sidonia asked, how do people locked in cities deal with it, like food and health wise? Like I said, I will link to other people that I know who are in Beijing, places like that. But I think a lot of people just stock up on food, things like that, and try not to leave the house. Is it as bad as people media portrays? And I think in the West it is or like on Western social media, it's kind of like this doomsday thing, and I don't really feel that here in China. What you do? So is it as bad as the media portrays? I think it depends on the media. Yeah, I think it depends on the media really. And then Lucy RBN2 asks if I think governments abroad will forbid people go to China, and I think it depends on the government. Like the Swedish government seems very relaxed about this. Some other governments not so much, so I think it depends. And then there's Mehmetinder. I'm really sorry, I don't think I pronounced your name right, but asked if he said he's going to Hunan for work, and I think like in my situation, if I was abroad I would not go to China at the moment, because if you go you will come in an airport, there are a lot of people, and I would just try to avoid places with a lot of people. And also like the work might be, I think everything is kind of not really working the way it usually does, so a lot of people are not going to work, a lot of people are not going to school, so I would wait and see. And how unfortunate asks if China is doing anything to help sort this out, and of course they are. They are trying to stop the virus from spread, they're caring about the people who are infected, and they're building new hospitals and just informing people, so of course they are doing something about it. And then there are people asking questions that are not at all related, so I won't answer that. I will answer them on my Instagram stories though. And Joyuts asks if my family is worried, and in Sweden I think they're a little worried, and I mean because I'm so far away, and here in China I wouldn't say people are really worried in this village, but more kind of aware and taking precautions. Clara Louis Zeal I don't know how to pronounce that. Ask a lot of questions, but I will only answer the ones relevant to the virus. Is my city on lockdown, and what messages did you receive from authorities? I don't really know the messages from authorities because I usually don't understand them, but a lot of just information that you have to take precautions. My city is not on lockdown though. So she also asks if the Swedish embassy has been in contact with me, and they haven't. No, the Swedish embassy is very relaxed. They recommend people not to travel to Wuhan unless necessary, but all the other provinces are like Wuhan and the whole province there, but the other provinces are just like normal. And then someone asked how it affects us at the moment. So it only affects us in the way that we don't really leave the house, but I am quite happy being at home, so I usually don't leave the house much anyways, so it's not a big change for me. And then now for Chinese New Year, people go and visit relatives and friends a lot less. Usually the days after Chinese New Year's Eve, there's a lot of people coming and going and coming and going, but not this year. And then Wavelit asks how I deal with panic and fear, and we don't really have panic. There's not really panic and fear right here where we are now. I'm not really panicking or being really scared, so I think panic and fear grows very well on social media, so I think if anybody is really scared, just try to avoid social media and just go for like normal media instead. And then Lauren Without Fear, who you should check out, she also has a YouTube channel. She asks if there are any new rules where you live because of the virus, and if it's less or more quiet than normal. And for sure, when you're outside, it's more quiet than it was before the virus, and there are no rules but a lot of recommendations, like you have to take precautions. And then Go Yvonne, who you also should check out, our YouTube channel. She's also in China, and she says, it seems you guys are in a good location being so remote, and I really agree. I think it's a good thing not to be in a city, because there are not a lot of people around, so it's probably a lot safer than a big city. And then my friend Jessica asks, is it more dangerous than a normal virus? And I don't know, I don't really understand why this is so dangerous and like normal viruses or like flus are not, because I haven't educated myself enough. So I don't really know that. And then, is it safe in Qinghai? And I think it's one of the most safest provinces, because it's so remote and it's not a lot of people. It's a very big area with few people, so I'm guessing this is gonna be one of the safest provinces. And then people asking me if the Chinese government is underestimating the people who are ill, and I don't know. Like, I'm here in a small village, I have no idea what's happening in the big cities. I only know the official numbers, so I don't know that. And actually that was all, and yeah, check out the playlist and I will be back posting normal content again. This will probably be the only update I make about the virus, unless it escalates a lot. But yeah, this is our situation and we're fine, and don't worry, if we're not fine you will know. Bye.